I want to share an experience that I have had with guilt and regret associated with the grief I was carrying. I'm Kathy, and these are Conversations with Kath. My mother died on December 11th, 2006. I remember getting the call, and I remember being completely devastated. I remember I actually felt anguish where my knees gave out. I was having trouble catching my breath. I kept saying over and over and over again, "Oh my God, no. Oh my God, no." And then I just started to pace. I felt trapped. Now, I was on a bus, a coach. We were traveling to different divisions in Canada for Christmas parties. Our company had several different divisions. So we had just finished the circuit. And on our way back home, we passed Chamberlain. And Chamberlain there's a turnoff from Chamberlain that takes you to Moose Jaw, which is where my parents had retired and where they lived. So when we were driving by, I remember looking over at the turnoff and thinking, I should call my mother. We're so close. I should call her. And then I decided against it because I thought she would be so sad because we were so close and we didn't stop and we didn't visit. And I just felt like she would just be disappointed and the conversation would have been like not that great, and I would have had to justify why we didn't stop. I wasn't driving. I wasn't in control of how we were doing what we were doing, and everybody just wanted to get home. So I didn't call her. The next morning, as we were driving the next leg of our journey, I got a call, and it was my sister. She called to tell me that my mother had died that morning. That's where the devastation, the anguish, but also the guilt came in. I was like, I could have called her. I had the opportunity to call her. Why didn't I call her? I would have heard her voice one more time. I should have. I felt so guilty. I carried that with me for years. I actually didn't think about my mother and the loss of my mother for years. Because when I thought of her, I felt guilty. I felt like I really disappointed her. I had so much regret. Well, when I went through the grief recovery method, I uncovered the pain that I was carrying from a significant emotional loss. And the very first relationship I worked on was the one with my mother. So many things came up. And when it came to her death, that's when I got to talk about what I was feeling, and I got to express my regret. I got to say the words I needed to say and express how I was feeling, and to apologize with someone listening to me with a heart with ears who wasn't going to judge me, criticize me, or analyze me and not try to fix me. They were just listening. I got to apologize and let go of the pain that I was carrying because of something I wished I had done different, better, or more. Now, when I think of that moment, my heart hurts. I feel sadness, but I do not carry guilt. I have let go of that. Do I regret it? Do I wish it was different? I can wish all those things, but I cannot change what happened and what I did. The only thing I can do is how do I react going forward? What am I going to carry with me, and what am I going to let go of? I'm going to carry the memory of my mother. I'm going to carry the memory of that moment, but I'm letting go of the pain associated with it so that I can actually remember her in all of her fullness, all of who she was, the reality of the person she was and who she is to me. And after going through the grief recovery method, I've let go of guilt and regret and pain. So I can remember her fondly and honestly. The happy memories aren't painful anymore. There are memories that are sad, and that's okay. But I have let go of the pain, and you can too. You will never forget the person, place, or thing that was significant to you, but you can let go of the pain.